and some of these reports are even statutory, and some are management reports, and these are very key in decision making. We have computerized fully our accounts now, and we have got further to computerize our rates and licenses. These are geared towards improving our revenue mobilization mechanisms. The system have also inbuilt controls, you see, thereby we can control. I can sit in my office, monitor the collection, know who have paid, how much is paid on a daily basis. I think this is a big improvement.
Both the KMC and Banjul City Councils were commended especially for the absence of dispute over land ownership in the areas and the development initiatives spearheaded by the two institutions.
The Honourable Minister will be pleased to learn that the Council has made significant progress both in terms of service and administration in the past year and a half, and since the last ministerial visit to the Council. The July 22nd Academy, that is wholly owned by this municipality, forced for a council, for a local administration to have its own school.
With the tour now ended, what step is the minister likely to take in response to challenges affecting the effective functioning of the traditional rulers and council members?
Well, we have been able to analyze everything. We know the state of the councils, we know the state of the traditional leadership, their role that they are playing. We know the projects in the different areas that they have been engaged in, and we know the level of alertness of the community. And I am happy to say that the community has embraced highly the agenda of the government, especially His Excellency the President, Dr. Alhaji Ejeje Jammeh, in terms of land development, in terms of agriculture, in terms of projects that are coming for the people and their own participation. And I think it's very highly motivating.
Land mismanagement and dispute over ownership have been burning issues in all meetings, and in response to these concerns, Minister Wajuara emphasized that his ministry will soon establish a mechanism to bank land. But why is land banking necessary?
Well, it is very necessary to bank land because, you know, we have a limited land area and development is very dynamic. And of course, you cannot expand the land area, but the needs are going to arise where you will need land for development, to build schools, to build hospitals, to build other projects across the country for the interest of the people. And therefore, it is good to plan ahead. Development needs control. Development needs planning. And if we plan ahead, we'll be able to make sure that leased land will be utilized in years to come in the interest of the people.
The general impression of the tour was a positive one. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
A $3.4 million community-based ecotourism facility has been opened by Tourism and Culture Minister Fatuma Stup Njai in the Fonyi village of Ndemban. Babukar Kamara was at the ceremony and he now tells us more.
She was flanked by the teaming stakeholders in tourism while inspecting the Ndemban tributary that attracted a multi-million-dollar investment for the promotion of ecotourism at the village level.
I want to hasten to strongly emphasize that this project further underpins our strong desire to revitalize tourism in terms of product diversification, innovation and expansion, with a view to ensuring the sustainable and responsible development of the tourism sector.
The ecotourism pilot project hatched from the GAM Job initiatives of providing employment to rural communities seeks to empower women and promote tourism-friendly services for sustainable income generation.
The diversification of the tourism subsector, its scope and outreach in the various administrative regions through ecotourism projects such as this one will not only bring the much-needed foreign exchange earnings, but will also benefit our communities, thus rendering them more autonomous in terms of livelihoods and reducing rural-urban drift that will create pressure and competition for limited resources in the urban areas.
To the people of Ndemban, this project is yours, and what we hand over to you today is a pilot project that we would want to strategically replicate across the country. The achievements the project would register in the near future can only motivate us and give us the authority to make a case for replication elsewhere.
The $3.4 million ecotourism project has 2 boats and fishing jetties, a borehole and a shop. Babukar Kamara, GRTS.
Principal Magistrate Taiwo Alakpe Ade has again rescheduled the ongoing multi-billion-dollar economic crime case against 4 former senior GRA officials and 10 others facing various counts at the Banjul Magistrates Court. The case that has so far failed to progress despite the arrangement of the 14 accused on formal charges at the lower court was again deferred when police prosecutors stated that they are yet to receive the case file sent to the Attorney General's chambers for legal advice. Defense attorneys reacted to the development by urging prosecution to put its house in order for the expeditious hearing of the case. Principal Magistrate Alakpe consequently adjourned hearings to the 25th of June for continuation. Elsewhere at the High Court, the 4 GRA officials are still trying to secure bail on the economic crime indictments before Justice Mikhail Abdallah. Lawyers representing the 4 have filed motions backed with sworn affidavits seeking the release of their clients on bail pending the hearing of the charges against their clients. Meanwhile, the 3 Nigerians accused in the murder at British national Ian Stokes have formally opened their defense, this following the completion of prosecution's case at the Special Criminal Court, where 9 witnesses testified for the state. Michael Ifunyaya, the first accused, began his evidence-in-chief after the defense lost a major decision which saw prosecution successfully admitting several documents claimed to have been acquired under duress in a mini-trial order by the court. Ifunanya, who told the court that he knows all accused persons standing trial, including the deceased Briton Ian Stokes, denied the accusations against him. The first accused told the Special Criminal Court that he was not in the vehicle where the deceased Ian Stokes was murdered. I was in another vehicle and didn't take part in the murder, Michael Ifunyana testified. The case continues on the 19th of June 2012. Over 25 journalists drawn from the print and electronic media have completed a day's training on the 2007 to 2015 revised National Population Policy. Ababakar Kamara among the participants, and this is his report.
To be accountable, to be more accountable.
It is an indoor forum for media personnel meant to reorient journalists on fundamental principles and ethics surrounding their work on population and development issues.
I want to quote a Ghanaian journalist who once said, I paraphrase, not instead of quoting, I paraphrase, who once said, the role of journalism entails a significant obligation and responsibility, the discharge of which requires journalists to have high ethical standards and to practice sound professional journalism with intelligence, accuracy, objectivity, and fairness, all aimed at developing people.
I think it is timely that we are sharing this information with you, because as journalists, we are partners together in development, and you are literally our mouthpiece.
Their increasing role in society as educators is becoming enormous, as world population reaches 7 billion, while the Smiling Coast estimate 1.8 million as of 2008. According to stakeholders, this dramatic change calls for more accountability in information dissemination in society.
Responsible journalism is all about working in accordance to the principles and ethics of journalism, working in accordance to the principles and ethics of the profession, and not just in accordance to your own style. You know, we have principles, we have ethics, you know, that you're supposed to follow, that you're supposed to understand and work in accordance to those principles.
The public will not know who to trust because they are getting information from the people that they think know all, but different, views or different comments, in that moment with the journalists, we tend to confuse the general public, and which I think is not our role. We should always be giving the right information to the people.
One way to do it is to disseminate it through the electronic and print media. But as journalists, we need to know what the policy entails all about.